Craca. Let's drink some wine. Hi, everybody. I'm Brian Hinchberger.
And I'm Paul Hinchberger.
We are the Wine Brothers, and I am very, very, very excited about these three wines.
He can't even contain himself.
So, I work for Bon Vivant Imports. We import delicious wines from Spain, from Italy, and today we are going to be tasting one of our houses from the Navarra region of Spain. So we're talking northern Spain, foot of the Pyrenees Mountains, connected to Rioja, one of the most famous regions of all Spain, and pretty excited about this house right here, Pago de San Gabriel. Luis Olara is the winemaker. He is part of the Olara family, the famous Rioja house of Rioja called the Olara family. Essentially, his family has been making wine for a very, very long time, and he kind of started to branch out. He started to do some other things, went and traveled and made wine in different parts of the world, and really kind of wanted to come back home, but do things a little bit differently. Thus, he kind of set up shop in Navarra. Navarra, not quite as strict regulations as Rioja is, a little bit more different grape variety set. So he actually sits very, very close to Rioja, like almost on the border between Navarra and Rioja on the south side. So Navarra is actually broken up into 5 subzones. Tierra Estrella, Val d'Azarbe, Montaña, Baja Montaña, so those kind of crown the whole thing. Then there's Navarra Alta and the Baja. And so the Baja is on the south. He sits in that far west, very, very close to Rioja. So we're talking, if you're familiar at all with Rioja Baja, hot. Super, super hot, windy, it's blowing all the time. It's dry, it's arid, it's pretty intense climate. He spent quite a bit of time in Bordeaux and fell in love with Bordeaux, the varieties of Bordeaux, and so that is what he does. He makes 2 wines. The Zubiola and the Prado Mayor de Zubiola. So this is kind of the second label of the big dog. Then there's another dog that we will talk about later. So the Prado Mayor is what we're going to start with. In fact, Paul, let's get sipping on this one.
Mm-hmm.
So like I said, he's in Navarra and he deals with Bordeaux varietals. Cabernet Sauvignon is the majority of his plantings. He's only been doing this since 2003. So he planted, I want to say it was like 32 hectares of vines or so. 32 hectare. And predominantly, I would say just over half is Cabernet Sauvignon. Then let's say, 25% is dedicated to Merlot, probably 20% to Cabernet Franc, and then a little bit of Petit Verdot, which he hasn't used yet, but I'm excited when he does. So the Prado Mayor, is 80% Cabernet Sauvignon and 20% Merlot. 2007, so big vintage. This wine, everybody, hold on to your pants because they're going to fly. What do you get on the nose, Paul?
Like chocolate cocoa. Powder,
like cocoa,
but rich, like mixed in with the whole milk and drinking a delicious chocolate milk.
But a bitter chocolate milk.
Yes,
Like Theo's Chocolates here in Seattle. I'm not getting paid for that advertisement.
delicious chocolate. Yeah.
Delicious chocolates. So, and then like rich, dark fruit. Very dark fruit. I mean, this wine, if there's a word for brooding, there's a wine for the word brooding. Zubiola. It's Pago de San Gabriel. These are brooding, intense, big, slap you in the face wines. And taste it. What do you got? I can't wait. Do it. Don't laugh. Such a beautiful nose. Yeah.
Really, so the richness is accented by like a creaminess that's
Probably from the oak.
Yeah.
A little bit of oak. So 11 months here of primarily French oak and a little bit of Russian oak.
Oh,
Good thing they threw that in there too.
Yeah. Kind of has like a little bit of that coconutty, which could be coconut flavor, which could be from the Russian oak. I don't know.
Could be.
I don't know
Could
Russian
be.
oak well enough. But
I mean, the tannins are big. This is a big wine, big structure, rich, pretty opulent. The texture is nice, but this is intense, and this is the second label. This is the little brother. So many of you might be thinking, Navarra, Spain. Why Bordeaux varietals? Why Cabernet Sauvignon? This not indigenous. What are you talking about? Actually, little bit of historical perspective here. Is the Kingdom of Navarra, before there was France, before there was Spain, actually encompassed a very large portion of land. So the Kingdom of Navarra actually was part of where Bordeaux is. So the Bordeaux varieties, which no one would ever question those varieties, actually was part of the Kingdom of Navarra once, long ago. So essentially, these are kind of true to area, which I'm really digging because he does such an exquisite job. I mean, the land here is dry. It's very hot. It's very windy. So these are intense environment for him to produce really good wines, and I think he does a stellar job.
absolutely.
So what else do you have to say about this, Paul?
I don't know. Definitely big fruit, big tannins.
Loaded
Really,
with green. I mean, there's herbs in here.
Yeah.
But so luscious. Oh, I do love this wine. And here's what I really love about it. Hands down, this bottle to me is worth $40. Like, I'd pay $40 and never be upset.
Yeah.
This sits on a retail shelf, $15, $16.
I
Dynamite.
love that as well.
Dynamite. So now let's check out the big brother, the Zubiola. So also 2007 here. Now we're dealing with 90% Cabernet Sauvignon, 10% Merlot, 13 months of all French oak barrique. Whoopie-doo. And this is the Zubiola. Kind of a made-up name, which is cool. But I dig it. I dig it.
We name it the Zub. The Zub.
I've never called it the
about
Zub.
I call it that all the time.
Actually, this is the Super Zub.
That's the Super
So
Zub.
Zubiola, a little bit more oak aging, a little bit more concentration, a little nicer fruit. This is kind of his pride and joy. This is the bread and butter. This is what he puts all of his love into. Oh, and this wine is so nice on the nose. Very, very elegant. It's got that brooding characteristic. It's not nearly as it's just a clean, plain field of lovely. What do you get? What's happening? Talk to me, Paul. Getting nervous.
Big fruit.
Big fruit.
Delicious fruit. Blackberries, cherries. It's really, I would say, it's the Prado Mayor with more focus. It's got it's got everything you want in a wine, and it's big, but it's balanced at the same time.
Absolutely, the fruit structure is fantastic on this wine. Yeah. It's explosive with fruit. In fact, it smells like really, really great cab. Mm-hmm. Like when you get good cab from California, or from Bordeaux, or from Navarra. It smells like what you want cab to smell like. That beautiful fruit, underpined and just kissed with this oak, and it's just absolutely a delight to smell.
This could age for a long time. It's got all the components for
the acidity's there. Mm-hmm. Everything is lining up. The stars are in line. This wine is lovely.
Yes,
absolutely.
Yep.
So now I've been pretty excited about this video for one reason. I love these wines. Obviously I love these wines, and I always have. But this debut tasting right now, we are going to bring a little bit of this in. This is not a huge production house. This is the Super Zub.
The Super Zub.
Okay, so technically it's called the Edición Limitada. That's harder to say. I like Super Zub.
I didn't realize that wasn't the official name.
Yeah, no, Super Zub's just kind of what I like to call it.
Right,
or Mega Zub. Mega Zub. Yeah. So let's dive into this. Hold on.
Nope.
So
We decanted this a couple hours ago just to kind of let it breathe.
To let it really open up nicely for us. So this is sandy, loamy soils. You know, the earth components of all these wines really stands out, but being backed with this really, really unctuous fruit. Absolutely love it. Love it, love it, love it. Luis Alara is doing killer wine. So, yeah, talk to me about the nose.
Oh, this is what I love. Like blueberries and like the earthiness is awesome. I smell like the forest floor after it's rained a little bit and the floor gets kicked up by your feet. Oh, it's just like fresh earth
And berries.
and berries.
And berries, like if you could lay out a big old, like a bed of roses, but instead a bed of blackberries, but soft ones.
Right.
Ooh, I would like that.
Yeah.
And I'd kick it up as I'm
And
running.
I could
Oh my God!
I could see the roses
so-
on there. As
So
well.
a little bit different grape breakdown here. 85% Cabernet Sauvignon, 10% Merlot, 5% Cabernet Franc. Little Franc in here for the first time. First time he's pulling in the Cab Franc. Absolutely delicious. Oh, I don't want to stop smelling it actually. In fact, so this was like 15, 16 bucks. This sits 30 bucks on a shelf. Smoking deal. This, twice that. Probably $60 on our retail shelf. It will be available in the States. Cannot wait because I don't even need to taste it. This is how is it?
Fantastic. It I don't know. I might get in trouble for saying this, but it's what California Cab should be. It's got that. It's like that amazing cab from Cali, but not overdone. It's big, but it's lovely earth, lovely balance of all the components of wine.
Happy day. This is beautiful, beautiful. You're right. This is big, delicious structure. This is what you want anybody who's drinking good Cabernet to taste. If you have some friends that love Cali Cabs and can't get into Spanish wine, pop this open. Pop any of these open. These are really good structure. All 2007 vintage, which is just killer. The climate was just right. The temperature was nice. Rich, very, very good fruit. Focused. The minerality is there. The earthy is there. These are beautiful. These are beautiful. The Prado Mayor, the Zubiola, the Super Zub. I love them. I absolutely love these wines.
Delicious.
So we went over price. We went over everything. I hope you guys enjoy these wines. I hope you can find these wines. From Navarra, southern portion, Luis Alara, Pago de San Gabriel, doing some wicked wine, and I cannot wait to go eat these, drink these with my eats. In fact, I'm going to rank this. Can I rank this?
Yes,
I'm
please
ranking
do.
the house as a whole. This is 100 points out of 100 points. I'm going with the 100-point scale here.
I'm with
for the perfect steak dinner. I mean, when you want, when you know you're cooking steak tonight, or you're going out to a fancy restaurant and you're having the premier cut, this is what you want. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. 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 Good night, everybody.
Salute.
Cheers.